Hi guys, welcome to another video from A Coach Called Life. My name is Swami. I've been happy putting out these videos, and in case you haven't seen it, I have some previous videos where I talk about depersonalization and anxiety and how to find your path to recovery through this experience. So today I wanted to talk to you about how to get through anxiety or how to get over depersonalization. And that way is actually by facing these feelings. And I realized that this is not what you want to do. You know, your instincts are probably telling you to fight these feelings. Instincts are all telling you to run away from them. But what works is actually facing these feelings head on with an attitude of openness. A lot of times, initially, when we're affected by anxiety or depersonalization, our brains instinctively will tell us to run away from these feelings. Every time we get anxious, we'll try to fight these feelings. It's just not in us to be open to these feelings, because they're, by definition, they make us feel unpleasant, they make us feel scary. It's something that nobody wants to experience. But it's precisely fighting these feelings that keep them in, that make them come back again and again and again. And the only way, the proven way, through my own experience and by counseling a lot of people, and also from hearing a lot of recovery stories, the way to get through anxiety is being open to these feelings, is being open to experiencing these feelings. And I know it can be hard, but here's a little tip. When I get anxious, or when panic starts to take over, the way that I get to be open to this experience is by actually lying down. First, I'll find a spot to lie down, and then I will just tell myself, I'm gonna let these feelings come through. I'm gonna let these feelings come and go as they wish. So that's step number one, is by just getting into a mindset of openness, getting into a mindset of acceptance. And then what I'll do is instead of trying to keep my focus on the thoughts that are going through, and the thoughts are going through at 150 miles an hour, they're so fast, and they just come and go all the time. But instead, what I do is I try to keep the focus in my body, and I try to see how this anxiety feels, really, how this panic feels in my body. Is there a constriction? Is there somewhere that I feel some sort of tightness? What's going on? Is there some kind of energy flow going up and down? So I tried to focus on those sensations instead of the thoughts that are going on my head. So when I focus on my body sensations instead of keeping my awareness on my thoughts, I am trying to prevent anxiety feedbacking on itself, or panic feedbacking on itself. So when you have your awareness on your thoughts, you actually empower those thoughts. Let's say you have a thought, let's say you're experiencing some anxiety and panic, a panic is approaching, and suddenly your mind goes oh my God, here it is again. You're having a panic attack. This could be worse. You could die, or you could lose your mind. You're losing control. So when you actually keep your awareness on those thoughts, you're gonna start to believe them, right? And by believing them, you're actually empowering those thoughts. You're actually making it bigger. So it's it's a snowball effect that happens. What starts as a small snowball gets bigger and bigger until it becomes like an avalanche. But instead, if you choose to focus on your body and the body sensations, and just experiencing anxiety in your body, it really cuts off that power to those thoughts. And instead, you are focusing on anxiety as just raw sensations, as just raw body movements, and and that is a different way of experiencing anxiety. And that's actually in this case, by doing so, you can be open to experiencing anxiety and not running away from it. And this could be actually the key to recovery, because the more we are open to facing anxiety whenever and wherever, it's like we're sending a signal to our body and mind that we are safe. We don't have to worry. These are just feelings. These may be unpleasant feelings. These may be some sort of like scary feelings, but we don't have to treat them as a threat. We don't have to run away from them. And that's really the key for your body to stop, considering these sensations as something hostile. And the next time and over time, what happens is that your confidence grows. Your confidence to accept these feelings grows. Slowly over time, what happens is that the once scary, dreadful feelings just become like mild inconveniences. And then if you keep doing this over time, and then also making changes in your life as needed, you might not experiencing chronic anxiety at all. Those days will be over. So coming back to my main point, the way to get through anxiety is by actually being open to anxiety. The way to get over depersonalization is to allow yourself to become depersonalized. Just tell yourself it's okay. These are just sensations. They might be weird. They might make you feel scared, but it's not harmful. And then tell yourself you have the capacity to accept these feelings. You have the capacity to face these feelings, because you truly do. As a human, you are born with the capacity for facing the adversities in life. We might not know this before, but it's something that you have to have faith and be open to facing these feelings. And then you will actually find out that there's strength in you. At the end of the day, these are just feelings and these are just sensations. They are not going to cause you harm. It's actually better to be accepting of these feelings than trying to run away. Because if you keep running away, you're going to keep running away forever. If you keep fighting these feelings, you're going to be fighting them for a long, long time. Here's something you can do. Instead of taking my word for it, maybe you could just try it out for a week. Maybe for a week, you could try facing these feelings and seeing what happens. My guess is that you're going to start feel better. My guess is that as soon as you start opening yourself up to these feelings, as soon as you become accepting of these feelings, your anxiety level is going to go down. You might still feel anxious, you might still feel scared, but your level of suffering is going to go down. So just as an experiment, try it and see what happens. If you found this video helpful, just share it with your friends and your social networks. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. That really helps me to get this video across to many number of people. And also, if you have any comments, just leave them below and I'll try to do my best to answer them. If there is a topic that you want me to talk about, leave that as a comment as well, and I'll try to take a look and see if it's possible for me to make a video out of it. So that's it. Until my next video, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you move closer to recovery. All right. Thank you.